The study should be working, I hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks good. All right, let me just check the stream has sound and then we can start. Alex can't come, so you'll be solo, okay?
Oh, okay. Should we invite Chad, or is it too
I
late?
invited him, but I don't think he'll come.
Oh, just now.
Yeah, I invited him like 10 minutes ago. All right, let me just check the stream. Okay, the stream's working. I sound amazing. Okay, hold on 1 second. Alex, entering the blue tank. I'll see you later. All right. I will be leaving the call now, William.
Okay.
All right.
Good luck.
Yes.
See ya.
Good luck.
All right, we're here for Aaron versus William, round 2. Aaron with the white pieces. Plays e4. Not d4 like he prepared, although he only prepared 2 moves. So it's the French defense. Let's see who knows the theory here. Aaron advances, playing very quickly, trying to drive away the bishop. Peter says takes, and William does that. Got an interesting position with no minor pieces out right now. Only pawns. William gets the knight out. I think he's preparing to castle. What will Aaron do? So far, they've both been playing pretty fast. So seems like they both have prepared pretty well. Wow. Aaron goes for the aggressive queen move. Let's see what William does. Oh, wow. Interesting. So William lets the pawn go. Not super sure why. Looks like Aaron's queen can just take that. That's what the computer wants him to do. It's not super winning. Although William is looking to get back into the game with taking all the middle pawns, while Aaron's taking the outer pawns with his queen. So let's see if Aaron decides to take. Looks like it's pretty reasonable for William, even if Aaron takes. Because he has his queen aligned with that pawn on c3. And he can also take the one on d4. So it looks like it doesn't matter if Aaron actually wins those 2 pawns. The only effect it might have is messing up the castle for William. But William will have his queen all up in the queen side for Aaron. So Aaron's taking quite a while to think here, to take or not to take. He's probably scared of William's queen coming in, and he does take. William plays the rook. So now he's letting Aaron get 2 pawns up temporarily, which Aaron does. Now let's see what William does with his queen. So yeah, the computer moves. So take here. Aaron takes back, which is apparently really bad because there's a fork with the queen, which William sees almost immediately. Wow. And that looks like it's just winning the rook. Oh yeah, that fork was pretty devastating. So now William's winning back way more than those 2 pawns. He's winning an entire rook. That rook on a1 is done. It's gone. Yeah. Actually the computer, oh wow, that actually lets the computer take a whole other pawn. Because this move is check here. Block with the queen and then you take the rook. So you're actually winning a rook and a pawn. Wow. Let's see if William does that or if he just goes for the rook. He has another fork lined up here if he takes with the queen on d4. I definitely wouldn't have seen that. I would have just gone for the rook, but William can actually win more here. Let's see what he does. William thinking hard. And he does it. Goes for the second fork, winning the pawn, and still attacking the rook. Now let's see what Aaron does. So the computer wants him to bring his queen back and block. Not too many moves he can make. He can move with his king, but that probably just walks into another fork. You can also block with the bishop here, but that doesn't really do much. Yeah, so guessing the computer just wants him to re-centralize that queen, bring it back into the middle, and then try to go for another attack once William has taken the rook. And I don't think there's any ideas of trapping the queen after that rook is taken. The bishop on c1 is just pinned to the king. And the bishop on f1 can't really do anything either. So yeah, Aaron does block with the queen. And William snags the rook. Yep, so developing the knight seems like the next move. So right now, William, he's up 4. So he has a rook and a knight for Aaron's bishop and pawn. So it's a pretty decisive advantage, but let's see if he can convert it all the way into a win. William thinking hard about what to do. Moves his queen to b, e1, which seems like it provides some escape for the queen. I think that might have been his concern, the fact that his queen might have been getting trapped there. But actually, I think what the computer wanted was to attack the pawn on e5 a second time, to hit that pawn with both the knight and the queen to see if he can win it. But this is definitely a reasonable move too. Now Aaron's taking some time to think. So the computer wants him to push the pawn on the h file, and that's exactly what he does. Yeah, so that might be his best bet right now. Just attack down that side. Because he's taken 2 of those pawns, and the king looks a bit open on that side. The rook might be vulnerable too. And his queen is still shooting right down those G and H files. So it's definitely still got a chance down that side. William definitely can't let his attention wander too much. The best move here, according to the computer, is bishop d7, which might be preparing to castle. Not entirely sure. And then actually wants Aaron to go for the queen trade. Because I think, yeah, it's pretty dangerous for Aaron to have that queen be still sitting on the first rank, aligned with the king, and not letting the bishop move anywhere. So maybe Aaron just wants to free his bishop and exchange queens here once William has made his move. William's a bit lower on time, but they both still have plenty left. So Okay, so William goes knight d7, which is good too. The computer wants Aaron to keep on pushing the pawn. Go for that attack. Try to get the queen. And yeah, if he does that, then yeah, it's not quite time for William to start worrying yet, because he still has a lot of attack going on himself, but definitely something to think about. So now let's see what Aaron does here. He might go for the queen trade. That's possible. The engine doesn't really like it, but not a terrible move. Yeah, so Aaron does push the pawn, just like the computer suggests. So it's a very interesting game where William is kind of attacking on the left side right now. Aaron's attacking down the right, trying to promote his pawn. So I wonder if that pawn will make it. Looks like William still has quite a few lines of defense there, because he can bring out his knight. He can bring out the knight on e7 to either f5 or g6. See if the engine thinks those are good moves. Not really. Not this one. This one definitely not now. But maybe if Aaron pushes the pawn, next move, then bringing it out. So he has some options. But the computer wants him to move his other knight right now, attack the queen. If the queen goes here, then that pretty much just initiates the queen trade. William doesn't really have an option. Yeah. So it looks like it just wants Aaron to trade his queen for William's queen. Okay. So William actually moves his queen back to a1. Interesting move. The computer really wants Aaron to push here now. And it's still very winning for William. But yeah, it's +5 for William. So the only worry here for Aaron might be that his pawn, I think, might get taken next move, actually. Not sure what the problem with this move is here. Interesting. This looks a bit better. Oh, wow, very tricky. Interesting. So actually he doesn't want William to take that free pawn. Or supposedly free pawn. So right now we're back to this position. And it wants Aaron to push that pawn. Keep on going for the queen. And yeah, this does look like it creates a couple opportunities because that pawn can't really be taken because the bishop can come out and do some good stuff and hit the queen and the rook along this a1 to h8 diagonal, and also align itself with the rook if the rook decides to protect the pawn. So definitely a few chances here for Aaron, especially if William decides to take the pawn on e5, which might not be as good a move as I thought it was. So let's see what Aaron plays here, because that pawn is going and it's definitely a threat in the near future. Not easy for William yet. He might be +4, but Aaron definitely has some chances here. Mm-mm. So let's see again what happens if Aaron decides to push the pawn, which he doesn't actually do. Instead, he moves his queen to e2. What does the engine think about that? Doesn't like it that much. But yeah, I think he was also thinking that his pawn is under attack twice by the knight on d7 and the queen. So he defended it again to not lose it. But I think the computer thought it was actually fine to let it go, which was interesting. Instead, it wanted him to just push the pawn on the flank on the h file. But I think I probably also would have tried to protect the center pawn, not lose that. So now William attacks it a third time, moves his knight. And yeah, so Aaron's got a few options. I think he could defend it one more time, but oh, never mind. I'm sorry. The bishop is pinned. It actually can't go anywhere. So it looks like he's losing that pawn because of that move. Yeah, I don't think there's anything he can do about that. Because yeah, now the knights just come in and take the pawn. Yeah. Yeah, so what will Aaron do here now? I think he's realizing that there's no way to defend the pawn another time. And I don't think there's any ways he can counterattack any of William's pawns. So there's some other move he has to make. Now he pushes the pawn. Okay. Yeah, and that seems like a reasonable move, according to the computer. He's going to lose the center pawn on e5. Yeah, and William's just going to be up a full rook now. But Aaron still has that pretty dangerous threat. William takes with the c6 knight, just like the computer wanted. So now Aaron could trade his knight on f3, or he could not. Up to him. Looks like the computer does want him to do it. Yeah, so now William is up a rook, but that pawn is looking pretty dangerous. Let's see what the next line is. Yeah, okay, so if the trade happens, and then queen can go over here, give a check. Not too sure what the point of this is. I guess it's to go for the queen trade. Yeah, and then free the bishop, hit the knight, and maybe open up some chances for that pawn. Maybe that's why. That would make sense. Ooh, okay. So instead of trading the knight, Aaron actually pushes the pawn further to h7, and then William, of course, I think that's the only move he has, is to block with the rook. Yeah. So now the engine again wants Aaron to trade that knight in the middle. So I think William wants to win that pawn right now. Okay. So Aaron tries to cement his pawn on h7. Which is apparently not that good. Not sure why, but the engine doesn't really like it because apparently b6 is really good. I don't know why that would be, but interesting. Because now he's got two defenders of that pawn. It doesn't really look like that pawn can go anywhere, either forward or backwards. So, or not backwards, but rather taken by William. I mean, William could bring in his knight from d7 to f6, and then maybe bring in his king as well, then have three attackers on that pawn, but that's going to be a lot of work. Several moves worth just to remove that pawn. So maybe he just wants to keep it there, because there's no way it's queening with that rook there. The best move for William here is apparently b6. Not too sure why. He's thinking, okay. So he hits the pawn, going knight f8 to attack that pawn again. But he's not winning it yet, because Aaron also has two defenders for the pawn. So the pawn is still pretty safe there. Now it wants Aaron to actually kick the knight away. Now what I was thinking is maybe William could bring his knight here and then, yeah, try for something like this to hit the pawn again. But the problem is now Aaron has another move with which you can defend the pawn. So it's going to be kind of a mess and too many defenders again. So William still can't really take the pawn. Now let me find where we are in the game. Oh man, this is confusing. Sorry about that. Oh no. I think I drew out too many lines. Oops. Okay, I think we're here. Right. Here, maybe? Yeah. Okay. So Aaron goes for the check with his queen. William blocks with the knight. Okay, so it wants him to actually defend the pawn yet another time. Third time. Then William to kick away the queen. Aaron moves queen back. Then William to bring in another heavy hitter, try to get that pawn. And I think Aaron really has no choice but to just let that happen here. Yeah. So okay. So Aaron makes an interesting move, actually. Unpinning the bishop. And I think what he's looking to do here is if, let's say, Black plays some random move, then he's actually winning by playing this fork over here. So let's see if William sees that, and he does. And he actually plays exactly the move the computer wants, which is to check the king. And the king has no choice really but to go back to one of the squares it was occupying before. Yeah, so that was Aaron's attempt. Pretty good attempt at a trick, but William saw it. And he did what he needed to do to prevent it. Yeah. Now Aaron is running low on time. He's got less than a minute. See if he plays. Yeah, 40 seconds. There is a 10-second increment. Oh, and he actually goes e2. Now it wants William to drive away the knight and then to win the pawn. Yeah, so it looks like that pawn is not queening, unfortunately. There is an attack on the queen, but yeah, William can just trade it off here and then, because now he's got 2 pieces attacking the pawn here, so he can just take it pretty safely. Yeah. So let's see what William does here. He goes for another check. And yeah, so Aaron just has to move back. I don't think he has that many squares he can go to right now. Wants William to check again. Yeah, that's what William does. Always repeat. Now Aaron can block with the bishop. He can also block with his queen and trade them off, but so he goes back to e2. I think just trying to get some time. William also playing really fast. Yeah, I don't think the threefold repetition is going to happen. William is too careful for that, though they are repeating. Oh, and the computer says it's actually a draw. Is it? What? I'm confused. What? That was not 3 times. Oh, yeah, it is a draw. Wait a second. What? Oh my goodness. Wow.
What is William doing?
What?
Why is he repeating?
Oh no. What happened?
Why are you repeating?
So I only need a draw.
Oh, wow.
Sure, but why are you repeating?
I know it's very suspicious.
William doesn't need to win the battle. He needs to win the war.
Why are you repeating?
It's pretty sweaty.
You're crazy. All right, study.
Wow.
I probably could have done something more positive and like won, but I didn't want to risk it.
The engine said it was -8.
Yeah, I think I was super
Yeah.
winning.
You were pretty winning. I think, yeah, you were about to win the pawn on h7.
Yeah,
Nice prep,
yeah.
Yeah, the French defense.
actually.
That is, yeah. I think I could have won the pawn at any time.
Yeah,
Or like
if you-
at this point, like I'm right just about to win the pawn.
yeah, like if you just pushed his knight away, then it was your pawn.
Yeah.
Wait, did
Yeah,
you really?
like-
How much did you prep?
Did you prep this part?
No. I just like I only did up to like taking on d4.
Wait, literally, I did not see this check at all.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's such a weird
This
move.
is like this some super sharp line where like I lose my g pawn and my h pawn, but you lose like your center.
Yeah, that's crazy. And instead, I just lost
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I
F6 was probably winning the pawn the whole time, wasn't it? Just not defensible.
like how you played Queen B1, Queen A1.
Oh yeah, that was
Oh,
bad.
yeah.
I played queen b1 and I realized that the queen was better on a1. Like I was so afraid of it being trapped.
Yeah.
But I forgot that like knight c6 or knight d7 double attack.
I don't know, man. You definitely deserve to win, so I don't know
Yeah.
what you're doing.
Well, I won the match, which is all that matters.
That's true. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Alex
What is this?
Alex 2-0'd Kyvan, right?
Yeah. Wait, are we forfeiting Willie G? William?
I don't know. What is he saying? About, like,
All right, I'll ask him.
This was our last second round, right? Except for Armand. Luigi.
Yeah.
Shalone does not accept a score of 1.5 to 0.5.
And just scale it up.
Yeah.
Or just say I
Wait, no.
lost.
3-1. Well, you did lose, but
Well, I mean, say I lost like 2-0.
oh,
It doesn't really matter.
okay.
Or you can do 3-1. I don't think it makes a difference.
Yeah. Not the proudest draw of my life. But I think it makes
And
sense
you're
to draw.
like +8.
Like my
Alright.
position is like it seems like it's barely being held together, but I guess it was impossible for you to develop your pieces the whole time.
Yeah, it was a disaster.
Yeah.
Everything I did was a disaster.
It was pretty bad. Like it was like you didn't have very many moves and I didn't have very many moves, it felt like. But I probably had more moves than I thought.
Yeah, I thought it was hopeless. I thought the only way to win was to confuse you too much. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, gotta confuse him.
I
Look at this
was
night
very
move.
confused.
Confusion.
And then I realized you didn't have a way to promote the pawn.
Yeah.
And it was lost after it reached h7.
And both of your knights could attack it.
Yeah.
But I think the computer did want Aaron, you to push the H pawn for most of the time.
Yeah, I know how to confuse an opponent.
Yeah.
Not how to beat an opponent, though, clearly.
So basically, both games you ran into something that I prepped.
Yeah, you're good at prepping, clearly.
Okay.
Yeah. But so even without the fork of the king and the rook, it's still pretty even, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there he's not supposed to take on d4.
D4. Yeah.
Yeah, he's supposed to
Just bring the queen back.
Yeah, the main line is
Knight e2 apparently is the main line.
yeah, it's something like that, and then I think I take. Well, yeah, you have to prevent me from taking on c3 because it's a fork still. So it's probably like knight move or queen back.
Yeah, I think the computer wanted like queen d3.
Yeah.
The engine thinks to draw.
Yeah, in this position, like it's still even. We're not looking at the study. Let me look at the study. That's puzzles.
Yeah.
Yeah, this thing is still a draw. It's still pretty drawn. This is a big blunder. I spent like 40 seconds trying to figure out if there's anything wrong with taking here.
Yeah, and then did you think your queen might be trapped?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I don't like in retrospect, I don't think it can actually be trapped because this bishop is pinned.
Yeah.
And like the only piece that can attack my queen is this queen.
Yeah, the whole game I knew I'm done for.
Yeah, this bishop is tied down to this pawn.
I'm
So,
done for.
yeah, and this pawn is like hanging the whole time. So it's really hard to find moves. I don't think I played super accurately.
No. I
But,
think you could have denied me much harder, you know?
yeah.
You
The
threw-
French positions are not fun to play, I have to say.
Why did you prep this?
I don't know.
I was gonna play the Joko piano.
Yeah, well, you've been playing that exclusively that.
I know. I was gonna play it again. Why didn't you just play that?
Because I don't like playing those positions.
Why? You think I'll win if it's boring?
Yeah, probably.
Unclear.
Like I don't like the e4, the closed e4 positions. Oh, after you check on b4, b5, the engine wants to block with the bishop.
Yeah, I think you should.
That's
Well,
pretty
no.
crazy.
I will.
Oh, does it win material?
Where?
I guess like, wait, this rook is hanging.
And watches the engine checks 1,000 times.
Yeah,
Oh, it's gonna play bishop here.
It probably wins everything eventually.
Oh, everything wins.
It would give up. You give up both the b pawn, the a pawn, the b pawn, the g pawn, and the h pawn in one game. That's what the engine wants to do. Yeah, I guess everything here is like pretty hanging. Because
I'd say.
if you take here, do you get baited?
It's protected.
Oh, okay. You lose your queen.
What if I play bishop here? Do I get checkmated?
You lose this. Do you?
I don't know. It's too confusing.
Yeah. It's like,
But yeah, this was hopeless the whole time.
In the beginning, I think it probably wanted you to try to trade the queen.
trade my queen?
Or no, Aaron to trade his queen.
How?
Like checking over here, I think. When the queen was on b1, probably.
What? Oh,
Oh,
it
maybe not.
wants to trade the queen so I can lose rook
I
down.
thought so. Oh, maybe not. Never
Yeah.
mind.
That's
At
crazy.
some point I wanted it.
It seems very crazy. It's easier to be
Yeah.
tricky with the queen than without the queen, for sure.
Yeah.
How am I winning in any
But not
world?
winning, but less losing.
Well, it's a disaster.
Yeah. The only hope is the h pawn.
Yeah.
I like in this position it seems impossible to push here even because just here and then there's no like dumb bishop on c8.
No dumb bishop. Oh my god.
Like it was only like if it only felt like in this position it's kind of weird because like this rook isn't doing anything. It's not clearly a rook down position, but after you trade the queens and then like the bishops get traded, then it's like clearly you're a rook down, and that just seems impossible.
Don't worry, you're up a king. Can you do a hypothetical if William forfeited? Willie G forfeited?
I don't know. I can do it and then undo it probably.
Well, test it out. I'm intrigued. Say please. All right, I'm ending the stream. Farewell, folks. Say bye, Sergey.
Bye, everyone watching.
Goodbye.
Is there anybody watching?